In this video, I'm going to be showing you how best to use and set up the AK74u in Black Ops Cold War. Just before we get into this video though, if you can hit that like and subscribe button and turn the notifications on, you'll see plenty more content like this. Now let's move on to the class. For the primary, I'm going to be taking the AK74u obviously. For the secondary, we're going to be going with the 1911 pistol. Personally, I find it's a bit more mobile and it just suits the playstyle quite well. For the tactical, I'm going to be taking the stim shot, then Semtex, field mic, flat jacket, assassin, ninja and gunfighter as the wild card. Moving on to the attachments. For the optic, we're going to be going with a microflex LED. Prior to unlocking this, just go with any of the red dots, they suit it quite well. To be honest, the iron sights on this aren't half bad either, so if you're really at a push, just go for that. For the muzzle, we're going to be taking the KGB Eliminator. Prior to this, I think the Spetsnaz compensator is really good, and prior to that, the muzzle brake 5.56. The barrel, we're going to be going with the 10.3 inch Liberator, and prior to that, I think the VDV Reinforce is really good, and prior to that one, the 9.3 inch Extended is fantastic. Moving on to the body, the Groove 5MW laser sight is fantastic. Prior to that, you want to be taking the Steady Aim laser. Both help with the hip fire. Yes, the Groove 5MW laser does hinder your ADS, but the hip fire is so amazing, you know, you can take that little bit of extra time. Moving on to the underbarrel, we're going to be going with Spetsnaz speed grip. Now yes, this does take an extremely long time to unlock, so prior to this one, the Spetsnaz grip is really good. Prior to that, you just want to be taking the foregrip. Onto the magazine, you're going to be wanting to take the 40 round drum. It gives you that extra ammo and doesn't really hinder anything other than reload quickness, but with the extra bullets, that shouldn't hinder you too much. Moving on to the handle, you want to be taking the speed tape all throughout. I have seen some people take the GRU elastic wrap, but I just think the sprint to fire time is being hindered too much with this, so just take the speed tape in my opinion. And lastly, let's move on to the stock. We're going to be going with no stock, helps with the sprint to fire time, does reduce your hip fire a little bit. Prior to this, you want to be taking the wire stock. Moving on to tips and tricks, this gun's main strengths are in the fact that it just deletes people up close. It has fantastic bullet velocity. In fact, it actually has the highest bullet velocity compared to all the SMGs in the game, so it actually makes it a lot easier to fight at distance in comparison to a lot of the other SMGs, and really takes away that weakness that SMGs find in the game. But ultimately, you're going to find most success with this weapon up close. For gameplay and things like this, what you're going to be wanting to do is sort of slide around, jump around as soon as you go around these corners. Just make yourself a more difficult target to hit. This is very similar to how you're going to be wanting to play with all the SMGs in the game, in fact, or if you're going to be using a shotgun, that's the same sort of play style. You just really want to be really quick, really mobile, jumping all over the place. Just make yourself as hard to hit as humanly possible. Make sure you're abusing the workarounds in the maps as well. Make sure you're using the less used travel methods in the map. For example, here in Armada, you can jump down the middle of the ship and then go up the back zip line right here. This is just a great way to get behind enemies, get up close and personal, and just catch them off guard a little bit as well. Thanks for watching the video. If you head over to my channel, you'll find plenty more content like this as well. If you hit that like and subscribe button and turn the notifications on, you'll see this stuff very regularly. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.